If you're looking for an object lesson to kind of reinforce what the Lord was trying to teach the elders, especially as they headed into this phase of the school of the prophets, I've got a good one for you. I think this is kind of a key time of year, because just where these elders were heading into this new experience with school and learning and trying to understand the ways of God in a whole new way, your kids are probably heading into school as well. And the advice that the Lord gave these elders as they headed back to school was the same thing that you're going to give your teenagers, which is not to get so sidetracked with the busyness, the idle things. You know, I think especially at back to school time, it's really easy to get sucked into worrying so much about, do I have the right jeans and the right shoes? Is my haircut right? Is my backpack cool enough? Is my phone cool enough? Like, you get sucked into the things that are idle. You know, the things that, like car idling, they keep you busy and use your energy, but you don't go anywhere. And so I think this is a good time of year to focus on what that feels like, to be entangled in that kind of concern about what people think of you and how they judge you, and what it feels like to be free of that by focusing in on what lasts, that good part that we just talked about. So to do that, you're going to do a magic trick. Basically, it's a magic trick where this ribbon looks like it goes through your neck in a really cool way. And if I was going to teach this to a seminary class or my kids at home, I would probably practice on my own until I have it down. Then when I go into class or when I go to teach, my family, I would demonstrate it for them. Because what's fun about this is it looks so easy. In fact, it is pretty easy, but unless you know the trick, it's not easy. I learned this the hard way because Violet and I watched a YouTube video of this magic trick, but they actually didn't give you the solution. They just show it and you're supposed to figure it out. And I can't even tell you how many times I watched that short. Violet and I watched it over and over again, and I could not figure it out. Every now and then I would try to do it and I would get it, but I couldn't figure out how I got it. And that's what you want your kids to experience. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. But when you do it for your kids, I don't want you to tell them the trick. So basically you're going to take this ribbon. It's about a 4 or 5 foot ribbon that you've tied into a loop, and you're going to just hold it over your neck like this. Then you're going to crisscross it around your head. So you're going to kind of take one side and wrap it around the back of your head. For me, I always use my right hand to kind of wrap around the back of my head. And so you've got it now looped here. As you can tell, I'm not like super tight on my neck. I've got this nice little open space. Then you're going to crisscross in front of you. So you take this necklace-like portion and you're going to take your left hand and cross it over your right. Then you pull those two, you're going to grip the two sides so that you have a nice circle under here. You put your head through that circle and then you gently pull down. And all of a sudden, this little necklace slides right off. What's cool about this is, although that will work for you because you know that you should wrap it around your head with your right hand and crisscross the left hand over, your kids won't know that. So they'll do it over and over and over again, and they'll feel what it's like to be entangled. And then you're going to talk to them about the solution. Teach them how to do it and talk to them about what the Lord is encouraging the elders to do here. He doesn't want them to feel that entanglement of being worried about material possessions or being worried about impressing others. Instead, he says, set all that down. If you let all that go and entangle yourselves not in sin, then all of a sudden you can grow at a rapid rate. He's going to increase their understanding of secular things and spiritual things, and they'll have a brotherhood that's unique and cool as they advance in this school of the prophets. But that can only happen if they set down contention and they set down the things that are getting in their way. And that will happen for your kids too, as they set down their perceptions of how this is supposed to go and just zero in on what you're trying to teach them about how to do it. They'll feel the freedom of going from being entangled to being free. And that feeling, especially when you first get it and realize that now you can do it every time, that is a liberating feeling. Something about it just delighted me, because after about a half an hour of wrestling with it and trying to figure out, when I finally figured out the pattern and I could teach it to Violet, it was freeing. And that's what I'm hoping your kids experience. As they head back to school, I hope you can testify about the power of being free of things that are idle and full of things that are that good part. Things that last, things that can't be taken from you. Things like the kind of characteristics you develop, the kind of person you are, your certainty and dignity about being a son and daughter of God. Those are things that can't be taken, no matter what clothing you have, no matter what class you land in. Those are yours to hold. And hopefully this object lesson helps you remember it.